Right, so setup for me wise is good. I think we're nice and relaxed over the golf ball. A lot of boxes being ticked there. And again, with the backswing, as we said, you're taking the golf club back, we're hinging the wrist there. That's maybe a little bit less hinged than we wanted to. But again, we're thinking about another move. But again, for the most part, your hinge of the wrist now is up towards that 90 degrees. So for me, it's fine. It's getting the club, as we said last time, over your head. Yeah, it's a bit short there, okay? Those two things sort of come together a bit more with practice and stuff. But for me now, the focus is on this movement with the hips, the shoulders, and the torso rotating around. So when you finish the swing, most of your weight is on that lead foot. If we look at this one here now, this is definitely sort of the old head down sort of syndrome, staying down, head still down, not really much twisting off that left side. And the right foot now, as we can see, is pretty flat on the ground there. Your shoulders are twisted through, but you're back on your right side. So what you'll find now, your club is going to strike the ground probably about there, I would say. That's where your low point is, hitting the ground now behind the golf ball. Generally, the golf club bottoms out where your sternum is, okay? So you're back there hitting the golf ball, a bit ground first. That's on the grass in the winter. Now it's going to go about 10 yards and you duff it. And then, of course, if you hit the golf ball like that, John, you're going to miss the ground next shot, 100%. Because if you hit the ground an inch behind the ball as you've done there, it goes where that red cone is. So then you're going to walk forward 10 yards and go, oh, what a plonker. I hit the ground. Okay, I'll miss the ground next one. And then you'll just top it. Or hit the top, or it pops up in the air. So you're just playing the back and forth game of ground first and topping it, okay? So from here now, when we get a good backswing, it's now that shift of weight onto that left side. The club now bottoming out at the golf ball. And as we twist through there, even there, though, you can see with the head down, your eyes are still looking down, somewhere down kind of here, because that's kind of where you're fixating your eyes down. So still, you see, they're still looking down and then looking down, even then you kind of look up a little bit afterwards, but you're still kind of, everything wants to stay down with a shot. You've got to think, when you're hitting a golf ball, we create a circle. We create a circle in the golf swing, okay? We want to be hitting the golf ball as the club is on this part of the circle, okay, coming down. If we lean back, we move the circle back this way, we hit the golf ball on this side of the circle, so we get up on the golf ball. And I would say most of your bad shots we've seen in the last couple of lessons have been either in the ground behind the ball or topping it. That's the two bad shots that most golfers tend to suffer. So it's top fat. And what you'll find is on the tee you might be okay because the ball's up on the ground there. You can get away with it a little bit. A bit low on the club face, it still goes okay. A bit high on the club face or a bit fat, it's still going to be a reasonable shot. When that ball gets on the ground, though, you just see top shots, fat shots, and the ball dribbling 15, 20 yards in front of you, and then or then trying to hit the ball up and it'll pick off the top. And every now and then you might get a really good lie on the rough or some on the fairway and the ball pings away. Oh, it's great, I've got it. But it's very inconsistent, as you said. So for me, if we can practice, as I say, without even a club, just stand there in front of the mirror, brushing your teeth, just that twist through the hip and that knee. So we're looking for that leg at the back to come forward and get yourself in that position that we showed you where you're getting your right hip over towards your left foot, okay? And again, do that again smoothly. Don't do it that way. The reason why I said to people, if you do it brushing your teeth, you've got to be smooth in the. If you sort of jerk your shoulder, like your teeth. So it really encourages sort of move. The movement's going to come from your hip. So what you will see, my arm and shoulders now are going to stay there together. If I go that way, it's like crikey. So it makes you concentrate on where the movement comes from. Okay, it needs to be coming from the hips and the knees there, not from the shoulder jerking it around to try and throw it round as you did the first couple of movements. Okay. But if we can encourage that movement, I said, if you did it twice a day for 2 minutes, that's 28 minutes a week for two, that's almost an hour, okay? An hour of doing that, that will become very, very familiar, for one. You'll increase your range of motion for two, because every time you're going to be stretching, that's like a Pilates or a yoga move, but it's something you can do without having to do anything extra what you're doing now. You either stand still for 2 minutes and do nothing, or you can do something for 2 minutes. It stands to reason we're going to get a benefit from that, hopefully, rather than saying, okay, you've got to go to the gym 3 times a week now, John, and do all these lifting, no, rubbish, okay, forget that, can't do that, it's too much time to spend, okay? But if we can focus on simple little things, get that hip moving better, okay, get some movement through that right side, get you striking the ground on this side of the ball, not this side of the golf ball, and that's going to massively improve your contact, your strike, and the distance the ball's going to travel, and ultimately your consistency. You're not going to play golf going ground first, top shot.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Wrist position now for me is the wrist position now is good. You've got the hinge of the wrist, okay. On occasions it gets a little bit lazy, but not so much so that you're losing distance and going back to your old swing. It's kind of sort of, you're in a position where it's okay or it's good, but it's still acceptable. It's not perfect all the time, but it's certainly not where it was last lesson, okay? So you move that around gradually. That's something to sort of keep checking every now and then, not sort of just ignore and think it'll continue being good, but for me at the moment now it ticks enough boxes to say, yeah, you're fine. Your sole focus now needs to be on that through swing, that movement round the body, getting your body rotated. Okie dokie? Make sense?
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah,
Good, right. Okay.